Now it's time to talk about the great features and functions available to Foxtel IQ2 subscribers. Foxtel IQ2 is the latest generation of digital TV and provides the gateway to Foxtel HD+, Foxtel's incredible high-definition entertainment. If you're new to Foxtel, it's a good idea that you watch the rest of the Help program from the very start to familiarise yourself with the electronic program guide and the many functions of the Foxtel remote control. While basic operation is the same as the Foxtel IQ, Foxtel IQ2 is a superior box with expanded memory, new features and fantastic styling. You'll notice the menu screens have a cool orange and grey feel and the remote is black instead of grey. Also, Foxtel IQ2 is a hybrid box with the ability to receive standard definition and high definition channels. So not only can you view all the regular standard definition Foxtel channels like Fox 8 and Arena, you'll also have access to a whole new world of great HD channels and services. Let's see what's on offer. By pressing the On Demand button here, or by selecting On Demand on the main menu, you can access the incredible world of Foxtel On Demand. Just press 1 and you'll be brought to a selection of high definition and standard definition Foxtel programs ready and waiting to view straight away. On Demand is an ever-changing selection of shows from a range of Foxtel channels. What you'll be able to watch depends on which package you subscribe to. Simply scroll through the list, and once you've found something that tickles your fancy, press Select. Then press Play, and the program starts.
You, my sweet pea, are as beautiful as the sunset on the Ganges.
Let us sing of our love.
It's so easy. From the stuff everyone's talking about, the hidden gems or shows you might have missed first time round, On Demand has something for everyone. And for Foxtel IQ2 subscribers, it gets even better. Through On Demand, you'll be able to access the incredible Foxtel Box Office HD service. Box Office HD means you can watch blockbuster movies in glorious high definition whenever you want. There's nothing else like it available in Australia. All movies are Australian TV premieres and virtually all have Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound. Each movie costs $6 and is available to watch with full IQ2 functionality like pause, rewind and fast forward. Once ordered, just press play and the movie starts. No waiting. The movie's yours to watch as many times as you like over the next 48 hours. Now, this service is exclusive to Foxtel IQ2 subscribers. It's pretty cool, huh? But high-definition movies on demand are just the beginning. IQ2 subscribers also have the option of upgrading their package at any time to include some or all of the Foxtel HD Plus channels. You could choose HD Sport, your front row seat to the best in Australian and international HD sports coverage from Fox Sports HD and ESPN HD.
Oh, what a pass! Sensational play.
Or you could choose HD Explore, which features amazing HD programs in brilliant clarity from the world's leading documentary broadcasters, National Geographic HD and Discovery HD. HD Explore also includes BBC HD, with a lineup of multi-award-winning dramas, documentaries and special event coverage, all in stunning high definition. Or if you fancy getting it all, you can, with HD Complete, which is great value. Either way, we're pretty flexible. Just call 131 999 or head to foxtel.com.au/HD to upgrade. Once you've subscribed to the HD Plus package of your choice, you can access the HD channels by pressing the TV Guide button on the remote and then pressing 0. Or simply toggle down using the arrows to HD channels at the bottom of the screen. As mentioned earlier, the Foxtel IQ2 comes with all the great functionality of the Foxtel IQ. So you can pause and rewind live TV, record 2 shows at the same time while watching a pre-recorded show, and record a whole series with Series Link. For help with any of these functions, please stay tuned for the rest of the Help program. Probably the biggest improvement with Foxtel IQ2 is the amount of storage space available to record shows. IQ2 has a massive hard drive that's double the size of Foxtel IQ with twice the recordable memory. There'll be a ton of space for your shows, your family shows, even your friends' shows. However, we suggest you tell your friends to get their own Foxtel IQ2. Like the IQ, IQ2 also has a search programs function, which Foxtel IQ2 subscribers can access from the TV guide page by simply pressing the red button. Then you can search programs by time, A to Z, or by closed caption, the same as regular Foxtel subscribers. Or you can search programs by HD. However, to view these channels, you need to subscribe to one of the Foxtel HD Plus packages. Call your service provider for details. Well, that just about wraps it up for Foxtel IQ2 Help. Now, as mentioned earlier, operationally in terms of navigation through the menus and so on, the Foxtel IQ2 and the Foxtel IQ are pretty much identical. So, if you're new to Foxtel, you should stay tuned to the rest of the Help program. In the meantime, we hope you enjoy the superior features of the Foxtel IQ2 and all the wonders that Foxtel HD Plus has to offer. See you in a bit.
It's in the air. It's in the air. What an unbelievable finish.
Hello, I'm Mike Hammond, and welcome to Foxtel. You're now part of the millions of Australians enjoying the complete world of TV entertainment at home and an all-new way of watching television that we call flexible TV. Life's too short to waste waiting for something you like to come on the telly, and that's why Foxtel gives you the options to get you and your family in front of more of the kind of TV you actually want to watch. Once you've switched on to flexible TV, we think you'll agree it's the smartest thing to happen to television in years. And the good news is, you don't need a PhD in astrophysics to get into it. In fact, most features and functions can be accessed with just a few clicks of the Foxtel remote control. Let's find out, shall we? You're now watching the Foxtel Help Channel. We're here to help you get the most out of your Foxtel service. Throughout the presentation, we'll be showing you what buttons to press on the Foxtel remote and what happens on screen when you do. We're going to start with the very basics and progress to the more advanced features as we go along. Because this tutorial repeats every hour, you can bail out at any time and pick up where you left off at the same point in the hour. You can return to the Help channel by pressing the Help button on the Foxtel remote control. Click and you're back with me. Told you it was easy. By the way, the remote control we'll be using for this demonstration is for the Foxtel IQ. But if your remote looks like this, don't worry. You'll still be able to follow what we're doing here. The only difference is the IQ remote has these extra buttons. Otherwise, they're both the same. So, it's goodbye Idiot Box, hello Foxtel. Let's give you a quick start guide to get you up and running. Foxtel's on-screen guide is what makes Foxtel so easy. The TV guide button is the first in the row of green buttons near the top of the remote. When you press the TV guide button, you'll be taken to this, the guide's main screen. You can see the TV guide icon is highlighted, and number 1 all channels is highlighted too. So I'm going to go ahead and choose all channels by pressing the select button here. OK, we're now looking at a list of the TV channels available to me. What channels you can access depends on where you live and what package you subscribe to. I'm on the Platinum package, so I can view pretty much all of them. You'll find here the current time, day and date, which we at Foxtel keep set to the second and adjusted to your time zone. Now, you can move through this channels list a page at a time by using the channel plus/minus button here. Then, use the remote's down or up buttons to click through individual channels like this. The channel names are listed on the left, and the programs that are screening right now are highlighted as I click downwards. Finally, to view a channel, just highlight it, press select, and you're away. Like a quick recap? Press the TV guide button here, press select on all channels, scroll through the channels using the Channel plus/minus button and down/up buttons, press Select to view the highlighted channel.
Use the remote.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Let me show you an even faster way of doing this. Let's hit the TV Guide button again. Here's the guide's main screen. Now, by using the down button on the remote, we can highlight these other rows, which are all the channels we just scrolled through, sorted into genres. So, if I want to search Foxtel's movie channels, I click down to number 4, Movies, using the down arrow button like this. Then press Select. OK, we're now looking at just the movie channels available on Foxtel. And these are the movies on those channels that are screening right now. Using the guide this way simply saves a whole heap of clicking if, for example, it's just the movie channels you feel like searching through. Another thing you've probably noticed by now are these numbers next to the channel names. After a while, you may come to remember your favourite channel numbers, in which case you can go directly to them by entering their numbers on the channel keypad part of the Foxtel remote control like this. OK, that's all you need to know to get you started. At this stage, why not have a test run through the TV Guide? If you end up somewhere you're not sure about, just hit this, the back button, to get you out of trouble. Remember, this presentation repeats every 60 minutes, so when you're ready to learn a little bit more, press the Help button at about 5 past the hour and you'll be back here with me. Otherwise, hold on tight. We'll be back in a minute to show you how to find out more about the shows you love. Welcome back. We've just seen how to surf through Foxtel's amazing TV Guide. If you've had a zip around the All Channels list of the TV Guide, you've probably noticed how the channels are loosely grouped into types. There's general entertainment, movies, sport, news, docos, kids, music, and so on. Also, you may have seen that some of the channels have +2 versions, which is the same channel delayed by 2 hours, giving you more chances to see the good stuff. OK, but let's say we're exploring the TV Guide, we come across a show that looks like it could be good value, and we want to find out more about it. This is where you press this, the I button on the remote. I stands for information, and that's exactly what you get. Highlight any show in the guide, press I, and this window pops up, giving you the full name of the show, who's in it, and what it's all about. You can also find out the program's classification, whether it has subtitles or closed captioning, and if it's a widescreen presentation or broadcast in Dolby surround sound. Once you've found out what you need to know, just click the I button again and you're back to the guide. OK, now let me show you a great little surfing trick. You can cruise through the TV Guide and watch Foxtel at the same time. While watching a show, simply press the up or down button on the remote and this banner pops up. We can see what channel we're watching, what's on now, and what's on next. Keep pressing the up or down button and you can scroll through other channels in the TV Guide like this. If you want to find out a bit more about any of these shows, press the I button and up comes the info. Press it again to return to the previous screen. And if you want to watch the show, press Select. We've just seen how to search through what's being broadcast on Foxtel right now. But looking ahead at what shows are coming up, that's where Foxtel leaves ordinary old TV for dead. Check this out. I'll press TV Guide and select All Channels. Now here we are again at the All Channels screen. By using the right arrow on the remote, we can look ahead in time to see what's coming up like this. Notice how the times at the top of the row are moving along as we click through? So even though the current time is 2 p.m, I'm now looking at what's on at 8 p.m. tonight. You can keep clicking and look ahead for a whole week if you like. And you can find out more about shows along the way by pressing the I button on the remote. Now, here comes the magic part. The more you flip through the guide, the more shows you're going to find that you feel like watching. But how do you remember to watch them all? Well, in the old days, you might put a circle around it in the TV magazine. But with Foxtel, you press select and stick the show into the planner. The planner is your very own TV guide that you fill with nothing but the shows you're interested in. Anytime you press select on a show that isn't screening yet, you'll be brought to this, the planner screen, where your selected shows will be added to your very own planner list. To go back to where you were in the TV guide, press the remote's back button. And you can view the contents of your planner at any time by clicking the planner button here. This is what flexible TV is all about. The new way to watch telly is by ripping through the TV guide, selecting anything that takes your fancy and building your own chunk of TV greatness. Before the show starts, you'll get an on-screen reminder to tune into it. IQ users, you don't even have to be there to watch it. When you're building your planner, you just hit the record button on the remote and the IQ box will grab the show for you just like a VCR would. And once it's recorded, you can watch that show whenever you want. But unlike a VCR, the Foxtel IQ can record 2 programs at once. So next time there's 2 good shows on at the same time, just grab them both. You can even play back a previously recorded show from your IQ planner, whilst the other 2 are both recording. Now, depending on what type of programming you select, you can grab around 60 hours of Foxtel digital TV. Meaning with Foxtel IQ, there's always something good to watch, ready to go. It's TV rescheduled, TV your way. When we return, I'll show you a great way to build a planner to knock your socks off. Welcome back to the Foxtel Help Channel. We've just seen one way to build a great planner with nothing but your kind of TV. But the Foxtel guide often lets you get the same result in a different way. The Search Programs menu is another way of selecting shows for your planner. And even getting to that I could do in a few ways. I could arrow button all the way down to it like this and press select. Or I could simply hit the arrow up button once and get there that way, because the digital guides menus loop around this way. But the quickest method is using the numbered keypad part of the remote. So, to get to 0 Search Programs, I hit 0 like this. Now we're at the Search Programs menu. You can browse through Foxtel chronologically by time, alphabetically by name, or find shows with closed captioning for the hearing impaired. We'll choose using the numbered keypad method again. So I'll press 1, Programs by Time, then 1, All Programs. What we're now looking at is a list of all programs on Foxtel, sorted by time. From here, you select shows to watch now, or chuck into your planner for later, to either get a reminder or to record if you have an IQ. Right, I'm going to press the back button on the remote a couple of times. And now we're back at the Search Programs page. And I'm going to press 2 Programs by A to Z. And why not 3 Movies? We now have every movie for the next few days listed in alphabetical order. And just like before, we can navigate through this list. Press select, or record if you have an IQ, and whack that show into your planner. Now, so your thumb doesn't fall off, you can jump ahead through the alphabet using the numbered keypad part of the remote. Let's say I wanted to see movies beginning with L. You can see on the numbered keypad that L is the 3rd letter on the 5 button. So I'd press the 5 button 3 times in a row like this. And here I am, at movies that start with the letter L. Good one. One of the greatest things about the Foxtel guide is that you don't have to remember much beyond the few basic self-explanatory buttons. All through the Foxtel guide, you'll notice prompts that tell you what you can do. Items displayed on screen correspond with various buttons on the remote control. For example, see these 4 coloured icons in the TV guide? Well, they correspond with these 4 colour buttons on the remote. These buttons change what they do depending on what page is on your screen. So whilst you're on this TV guide page, the red and green buttons are page up and page down buttons, working in the same way as the channel plus minus button does. The yellow button will jump you forward through the TV guide by 1 day. So now we're looking at what's happening 24 hours from now. As you jump ahead into the week, the guide tells you what day you're looking at right here. And this is the current day and time, if, like me, you're always forgetting what day it is. The blue button, as you can see, zips you back in 24-hour chunks. But that's only what these buttons mean on this page. If we click over to the planner, we can see the yellow button here has a different function. Here, the yellow button deletes items from your planner list. The blue button on the IQ planner lets you keep recordings to help prevent shows from being accidentally deleted. Let's go back over to the A to Z listings. In the movies list, the coloured buttons further refine the list to movie genres of your choice. And I can use the right arrow button to see further options. Let me back button to here and select Sport. The coloured buttons here refine my alphabetical list to types of sport programs. I'll just press blue for soccer, and here's a list of shows all about soccer. Now, the good news about all of this colour button stuff is that you don't have to remember any of it, because everything you need to know is right up on the screen. Just like the rest of the TV guide, if you can see the screen, you'll always know what to do. But wait, there's more. When we return, we'll take a look at even more of Foxtel's great entertainment options. Welcome back to the Foxtel Help Channel. In this section, we're going to have a nice long look at Foxtel's amazing enhanced features that take TV to an entirely new dimension. These features may not be available to you in your home, but if you're in any doubt, call your service provider for details. For now, I'm going to assume your Foxtel box is connected to a phone line. If this is the case, you can access the features available to you using the remote control. If your box isn't connected or can't be connected to a phone line, there are some alternatives which I'll tell you about shortly. If you're unsure whether your box is connected, I'll show you later in the program how to find out if it is. So, let's get into it. First up, let me tell you about Foxtel Box Office, the place to see movies for the very first time on Australian television. The biggest Hollywood blockbusters, the classiest art house, the smartest feature film documentaries. If you had all the time in the world, you probably would have gone to see them at the movies. But if you're flat out like me, you can catch up with the best of the best cinema without having to leave your home. Movies on FBO are DVD quality, widescreen and in Dolby surround sound on selected titles. So if your lounge room is packing all of those fancy new home entertainment systems, you'll find Foxtel Box Office a great place to give it a real workout. Great! So, how do you get into it? Clicking the Box Office button here will take you to the Box Office menu. And clicking 1, now showing, is just like walking into a cinema foyer. Scroll through to see what movies are screening and when the next session begins. To find out more about a movie, click the I button on the Foxtel remote. And to order a Foxtel Box Office movie, just press Select. By ordering the movie, you unlock the Foxtel Box Office channels that are screening that film. Keep in mind, charges apply when you access the FBO channels screening your ordered movie. The flip side of this is that if you don't access the channels that are screening the movie you ordered, you won't be charged. That's nice for a change, isn't it? Movies on Foxtel Box Office cost $5.50 each, and you can view the movie you've ordered as many times as it screens, right through until 6 AM Eastern Time. If you're a Platinum subscriber with access to Foxtel Box Office, your account will be credited for 2 of the movies you watch per monthly billing cycle. But please note, these credits expire at the end of each billing cycle, which is 2 days either side of the billing date that appears on your bank, credit card or Foxtel statement. IQ users, you get a whole extra level of functionality. You can download movies onto your IQ planner, And once recorded, you can pause, rewind and fast forward the movie just like you can on DVD. Once you start viewing, you'll have access to the movie for the next 24 hours to watch as you like. Unwatched movies delete themselves from your planner after approximately 2 to 3 days with no charge to you. Now, as I said earlier, ordering movies with the Foxtel remote requires your Foxtel box to be connected to a phone line. This is by far the easiest and most convenient way to go. If proximity to a phone line is your problem, you might consider purchasing a Foxtel DigiPath from the Foxtel accessories range, which is a wireless way of connecting your Foxtel box to a phone line. I'll be giving you more info about the Foxtel accessories range a little later in the show. Now, if you can't get your Foxtel box plugged into a phone socket at all, you might be able to order box office movies over the phone. Give your service provider a call for details on how to do this. Foxtel and Telstra subscribers, call 1300 783 833. Optus subscribers, you're currently not able to order Foxtel box office movies by phone. Keep in mind, you will be billed for movies ordered by phone whether you watch them or not. Yet another reason why booking with your remote is the way to go. Main Event is a gateway to the world's biggest sporting and entertainment events. This is the kind of TV where you get your mates around and make a real night of it. You'll find ordering a Main Event title is exactly like ordering a box office movie. Hit the box office button, click 5 Main Event, and you'll see a list of upcoming titles for the next few days. Arrow down to highlight a title, press the I button to find out more, then press Select to order. You'll also find Main Event in the TV Guide section of the Digital Guide, where you can look 7 days ahead and make a booking from there if you want. Many Main Event programs are screened live to air as they happen, but if you do want to download them to your iQ to watch later, you can. Unwatched Main Events also delete themselves from your planner after 2 to 3 days with no charge to you. Main Event titles have varying costs, but like anything on Foxtel that is over and above your monthly subscription, the Digital Guide will always clearly set out what the costs are before it lets you proceed. Like box office movies, Main Event programs are best ordered using your remote control. Ordering by phone is only available to some subscribers, and if you book via the phone, you'll be charged whether you view the event or not. Also, keep in mind that Main Event programs can be quite popular. Ordering by phone too close to the event can be problematic, so try not to leave it too late. Foxtel's active features are another part of Foxtel's flexible TV experience included in your subscription. Full access to active features depends on where you live and what package you subscribe to. Active features come in several forms, and you'll find them all at different places around Foxtel. For example, there's active services on selected sporting and entertainment events, which provide extra info, statistics, and expanded viewing and listening options. When you see the red button icon in the corner of your screen, you know that channel is running an active service in conjunction with the program or ad that you're watching. Simply press the red button on the Foxtel remote, and if available to you, the active service will launch on your TV. Channels like Sky News and the Weather Channel offer 24-hour active services, so you can get the latest news and weather instantly. Sometimes you need this kind of information right away, not just at 6 p.m. Sky News Active provides 8 screens of constantly updated news and information topics. Weather Active keeps you up to date on the weather for your area. Just enter your postcode. A quick way to access these services is by pressing the Active button on the remote. The Active menu lists the various services on offer at any given time. Simply arrow down to highlight the service of your choice, then press Select. The Active menu also lists 100% active services, like Air Active, a real subscriber favourite. Air Active brings 30 channels of uninterrupted CD quality music to your lounge room. Launch Air Active and you can use the down and up arrow buttons on the remote to scroll through styles of music to match your tastes and mood. This is great for dinner parties, Sunday mornings, house cleaning sessions, you name it. The screen displays what song's playing now, and you can use the left arrow button to see the last song played, or the right arrow button to see what's coming up next. There's no extra charge to access Foxtel's active services, but certain functions do have associated costs. These premium interactive services include, for example, Games World, where you can test yourself with an assortment of ever-changing arcade-style games, brain teasers and trivia. All of Games World's games have free-to-play demos, but access to Games World's full service requires a low-cost subscription upgrade. You can upgrade to play for a day or play for the whole month. Games World also offers Pick and Play, where you pay on a game-by-game basis. As you explore Foxtel, you'll find other premium interactive services like voting, iAds and competitions. All prices are clearly set out, and the guide will always give you the option to back out without charge. The Foxtel Premium Interactive Services require your Foxtel box be connected to a phone line. And you'll also have to make sure that your phone account includes access to 1-900 numbers, as this is the system that these services use, which is why charges for these services appear on your phone. So, that's Foxtel's enhanced features all wrapped up. When we return, some tips and tricks, especially for IQ users. Welcome back. In this part of the Foxtel Help Channel, I'm going to show you some of the features exclusive to IQ users. We'll be back with more information for all Foxtel users shortly. The Foxtel IQ has revolutionised TV in two major ways, both how you watch it and how you record it to watch later on. The IQ uses a thumping big computer hard drive to store the digital signal that comes in through your Foxtel cable or satellite system. Because the IQ deals in digital information, there's no difference in picture quality between Foxtel's live broadcast of a show and the IQ's playback of it. What all this means is you can store to watch later around 60 hours of Foxtel TV, depending on the kind of programming you select to record, and that you can watch Foxtel TV with pretty much all the functionality you enjoy on a DVD player. For example, say the phone rings or your partner asks you a question. You simply pause the show. The IQ keeps on recording it for you while you're attending to the other things.
Hello, is that Mr. Twat? Hey, hello?
You can also rewind live TV.
Yes.
Now, how many times have you said, what did he just say?
Brian May.
Well, with IQ, you can just zip back and watch it again.
You, Queen. No. Yes. No. Yes. Brian May, Queen. I want to break free.
In either case, as soon as you hit the play button, you just continue on with the show because the IQ can play back TV and record it at the same time. And here's another cool thing. Say you're enjoying a show and you think, I wish I was recording this. Well, you can. You could retro record it. Just hit record and the IQ will save what you've just been watching on that channel for up to 60 minutes. Because the IQ works so seamlessly well, you can be forgiven for not knowing where in time you really are. Fortunately, the Foxtel IQ makes it easy. When you've paused live TV, this indicator here tells you how far behind you are. You can see here I'm 4 minutes behind the live TV broadcast. To catch up to live TV, I can fast forward or simply press the stop button. As a rule, you can always tell you're watching something the IQ has grabbed for you because the spinner display on the front of the box will be cycling. When there's no spinner, you're watching live TV. So that covers watching Foxtel as it's being broadcast. Now, onto IQ's awesome recording capabilities. Earlier on, I showed you how to fill your planner with Foxtel programming to watch whenever you like. Simply cruise through the TV guide and press the record button. You can record 2 programs at once and even watch a third pre-recorded show from your IQ planner while they're recording. But what I didn't show you earlier is my absolute favourite thing about the IQ, the fantastic series link function, which you'll find available on many programs. I've selected shows to record here in the IQ planner. But once I press the green series link button and this link icon appears, the IQ will automatically record every episode of the show in that series from then on. That's the whole series recorded in just one click. Let's see your VCR do that. The Foxtel IQ is the only TV recorder product on the market today linked to the Foxtel Guide, making it both easy and super fast to program. With the Foxtel IQ, you go click, click, bang, and then get on with more important things. You don't even have to leave the box turned on. As long as it's plugged in at the wall, the IQ will record the show for you while it's napping in standby mode. Now you know why it's called the IQ. Another way you can build a great planner with your Foxtel IQ is with the remote record function. All you need is access to the internet. Go to foxtel.com.au and click the TV Guide button. Register if you're a first-time user, or log in with your registered ID and password. You can scroll down through the channels list, jump ahead in half-hour increments here, or look ahead through the whole week here. Click on any of the shows, like this, and find out more about them in this window here. Click Add to Remote Record on shows you want your IQ to record. Once you've made your selections, hit the Record button here and you're done. Your planner now has your selections added in the list. It's amazing, isn't it? Whether you're watching Foxtel Live or playing back recordings from your IQ planner, these are the controls you'll need to know about. The main button on the Foxtel IQ is the play-pause button, which is essentially 2 buttons in one. The top half pauses and the bottom half plays. The rewind button rewinds either recorded shows from your IQ planner or rewinds live TV, depending on what you're watching. This, the fast forward button, fast forward shows being played back from your IQ. Of course, you can't fast forward live TV because A, it hasn't happened yet, and B, if you could, everyone would zip ahead to see what the lotto results are. Anyway, give either of these buttons a quick click and you can go forward or back at 2 times normal speed. Keep clicking and you can zoom through up to 30 times normal speed. Click the opposite button to slow down again, like this, and as soon as you see what you're looking for, simply hit play. Holding either of these buttons down for a couple of seconds will instantly take you to the very beginning or the very end of the recorded show. No more waiting for the tape to rewind. Now here's a neat thing. Let's say you're watching a recorded show and you see something of interest that you might want to go back to again. It might be a funny scene in a movie or whatever. This is where you add a bookmark. Just pause where you want to place the bookmark, press the red button, you'll get an on-screen confirmation, then press play to continue. Now when you press and hold the fast forward or rewind button, you'll be brought to your bookmark. You can add multiple bookmarks within a show, and if you want to see a list of them, pause the show, then press the green button. Another neat trick, anything that's being played back from your Foxtel IQ can be viewed in slow motion. Just press and hold the play button for a couple of seconds, and there you have it. After a bit of surfing and selecting through the TV Guide, and after a bit of series linking, you'll find your IQ planner quickly fills with great TV viewing. The planner shows you what's been recorded and what's been viewed. Once you've finished with a show, you can delete it by highlighting it and pressing the yellow button. This frees up disk space for future recordings. The IQ shows you how much you've got left here. The IQ will erase viewed shows from your planner once disk space starts getting scarce, unless you instruct it otherwise. You can stop it from doing this by highlighting shows in your planner and pressing the blue button. This marks the program as K for kept. I'll show you more about disk space management later in the show. Here's another great feature now on your Foxtel IQ. It's called On Demand, the future of TV brought to your lounge room by Foxtel today. On Demand is a selection of Foxtel highlights that you can watch whenever you want. Press the TV Guide button and you'll see the guide's main screen. At the very bottom, you'll see the red On Demand line, which you access by pressing the red button on the IQ remote. You'll then be brought to the On Demand menu, which you'll find is just like the box office or main event menus. Now, what shows you'll end up being able to view will depend on what package you subscribe to. But make sure you keep scrolling down, because you'll find lots of stuff to watch here, about a full day's worth of viewing if, like me, you're on the Platinum package. Once you've highlighted a program in the list, it will begin playing immediately. And to view the show in full screen mode, just press Select. We'll add new shows to the list every week. But keep in mind, older programs delete themselves from the On Demand menu whether you've watched them or not. This column tells you how long the show has left before it self-destructs. And don't worry, On Demand won't affect your regular IQ Planner recordings in any way. Remember, the only place to get On Demand shows is from the On Demand menu on the Foxtel IQ. From the stuff everyone will be talking about to the hidden gems that you might have missed, On Demand is some of the best TV you'll see anywhere. Ready and waiting for you. Foxtel On Demand. One day, everyone will watch TV like this. So, that's the Foxtel IQ covered. It's about everything you love about TV in one small box. And if you're interested in upgrading to the Foxtel IQ, you'll find there are usually a number of subscription upgrade options available. So contact your Foxtel provider for more information. When we return, how to set up Foxtel for maximum viewing pleasure. Welcome back to the Foxtel Help Channel. We've just seen some of the features exclusive to the Foxtel IQ. We're now going to continue to demonstrate Foxtel features no matter which Foxtel system you have. Foxtel provides the most comprehensive way to personalise your TV viewing, and you can do this easily and quickly in the System Setup menu on the Foxtel Guide. When watching a Foxtel channel, press this, the Setup button on the Foxtel remote. This will take you to a pop-up window of setup functions that you might need to regularly change. Using the arrow and select buttons on the remote, you can access 1. Program Display, which allows you to temporarily change how you view regular or widescreen pictures on your TV. 2. Closed Captions, which allows you to switch on or off closed captioning on programs that contain captions. 4. System Setup, where we're heading right now. This is where you make your permanent system settings. Let's start with the Parental Control menu. This is a godsend for anyone with a family. When you select 2, Parental Control, you'll be asked for your personal identification number or PIN. The Foxtel box's default PIN is 1234, which you'll need to enter to be able to continue. At the Parental Control menu, you can block the viewing of whole channels, block the viewing of shows with certain program classifications, PIN protect the purchase of Foxtel box office services, completely remove the details of R-rated and adult content from the digital guide. Option 5 is where you change your PIN, which we recommend you do as soon as possible. Like all PINs, choose something you can remember and keep the number to yourself. Option 6 on the IQ PIN protects recorded programs you've marked as kept with a K in the IQ Planner. OK, I'm going to back out of the Parental Control menu using the back button so we can play with more system settings. We've now returned to the System Setup menu. 3. Personal Planner Settings. This allows you to adjust how early you want to be reminded about upcoming programming you've selected to watch in your planner. 4. System Settings provides options for matching your Foxtel box with your TV. The best place to get information about this is in the manual that came with your Foxtel box. And you should really only need to use this menu if your TV setup has changed, which I'll talk about soon. 5. Favourite Channels. This lets you designate and easily access your top 20 favourite channels by using the yellow colour button. IQ users, you'll see 6 Foxtel IQ Setup, which lets you customise recording settings. For example, when disk space management is set to auto, the IQ will delete shows that have been viewed, starting with the oldest ones on your planner, unless of course you've marked them with a K as kept. Instant Rewind lets you adjust the amount of TV you can rewind or retro record. I always have this set to the maximum. Here, you can tell the IQ to start recording early or keep recording after the show was supposed to have finished. Leaving the settings on auto will help minimise recording clashes. Now, just let me save that, otherwise I'll lose all the changes I've made. Recording clashes are what happens when you've asked the IQ to record more shows than it's able to. If you're watching when this happens, you'll be presented with this pop-up window, which will give you the option to keep watching by deleting one of the upcoming recordings. OK, one more function. We've now backed out to 7 custom recorded link, which lets you program your IQ to record the old-fashioned way. Now, this is great for live events like award shows or grand finals where no one really knows when the show's going to end. So, that's how you're going to set up your exciting Foxtel system. Coming up after the break, what to do when you upgrade your home entertainment system. Most Foxtel setups will be installed by an authorised Foxtel technician. So, in most cases, your system will be up and running and you won't really need to know about this stuff straight away. But you might find there are times when your circumstances change, or perhaps you might just want to know a little bit more. If it's detailed info you're after, consult the manual that came with your Foxtel unit. Now, throughout this tutorial, we'll talk about the new Foxtel accessories range, which allows you to customise and upgrade your setup. There are millions of people enjoying subscription television in Australia, and virtually no two setups are alike. There's no one-size-fits-all description of what we provide. Many people who live in flats and units, for example, can only get a limited version of Foxtel. Because we're now a digital service, a particular kind of cabling is required to be present in the building. Whatever your setup, the Foxtel set-top unit should live in a well-ventilated place. Under normal operation, it can get quite warm, so make sure its vents are free from obstructions, with about 5 centimetres of airspace all around it. You might want to give it a light dusting now and again, but there's not much else it should need. You should leave the box switched on at the wall and leave the smart card in the unit at all times. Foxtel keeps your box up to date with the latest software updates and system enhancements when you're not using it, usually overnight. All you need to do is use the remote's power button here to turn the box on and off day in, day out. It's a good habit to get into to turn the box off this way when you're not using it, as it keeps the box free to receive updates and other enhancements. If you're able, you should get the set-top unit connected to a phone line. This is a standard telephone cable which plugs into the Foxtel box and out to the closest spare phone socket in your home. Not all set-top units have phone connectors, but if yours does, you'll see this connector at the back of the box. If proximity to a phone line is your problem, you might consider purchasing a Foxtel DigiPath from the Foxtel accessories range, which is a wireless way of connecting your Foxtel box to a phone line. You connect the transmitter DigiPath to the phone lead from the back of the Foxtel unit. Plug this into a spare power point. Then, plug the receiver DigiPath in at a power point that's near a phone socket elsewhere in your home. However you do it, plugging your Foxtel box into a phone line lets you order Foxtel's enhanced features like box office movies and main event titles using the remote control. And it gives you access to Foxtel's premium interactive services like games and voting, provided of course you have access to these services where you live. Leave the box plugged into the phone line. The box only has to make one local call per month, and that's it. You won't run up a huge phone bill with normal Foxtel operation, unless you vote and play games all day long. The standard cable that connects the Foxtel box to your TV is what's called a SCART to composite lead. The yellow cable is vision, and the white and red cables are stereo audio. Red for right, white for left. These plug into your TV's video and audio in sockets. Your Foxtel box will have a second SCART connector at the back. Plug in here a SCART to VCR connector from the Foxtel accessories range. And you can hook up the Foxtel box to your VCR or DVD unit. Many TVs these days, particularly the new widescreen ones, have what's called S-video or component video inputs. Check the manual that came with your telly. Most Foxtel set-top units are compatible with these formats, and you'll find SCART to S-video and component video connectors in the Foxtel accessories range. Connecting your TV or TV projector this way means you'll be viewing the output of the Foxtel box at its optimum picture quality. Both connectors have the standard stereo audio outputs, which you can connect to your TV or your hi-fi system if you have one nearby. There's only one trick to know if you're going to upgrade to these cables, and that is you have to change the box's video output in the picture settings menu before you change the cables. Now, if you have a surround sound system or amplifier with a digital input, you'll find many Foxtel set-top units have an optical audio output. The Foxtel optical audio cable will run digital audio straight to your amplifier or surround sound system. Again, this cable is available in the Foxtel accessories range, but make sure you check first that your equipment has these inputs. Here's an extra nice feature for IQ users. Normally, you'd have to have your Foxtel set-top unit out in your room so that it can be in line of sight of the remote control's infrared beam. But if you have an IQ, the Foxtel accessories range offers the IQ multi-room connector, which allows you to keep your IQ box tucked away in your entertainment unit. You simply run this infrared receiver out to somewhere it can be seen by your remote. The Foxtel accessories range is available from selected retailers. You can find out more at foxtel.com.au/accessories. Here you can download the manuals that come with the accessories before you buy them, to make sure they're right for you. Coming up, what to do when your Foxtel service misbehaves. All right, we're on the home stretch now. Before we finish, I want to show you a few troubleshooting tips. The best place for the good oil on all things technical is the manual that came with your Foxtel equipment. Have a squiz. You'll find a stack of technical stuff and answers to frequently asked questions. There's more information at the My Foxtel section of our website at foxtel.com.au. And of course, if none of that resolves an issue you might be having, you can always get in touch with your service provider. For Foxtel, call 131 999. For Optus, 133161. And for Telstra, call 1800 00 8897. Go ahead, it's all part of the service. Let me save you a phone call right now and run through the more common problems and their solutions. Earlier on, I showed you how to back out of the TV guide menus using the back button. You can also use the back button whilst watching Foxtel to toggle between the channel you last watched and the channel you're watching now. But see this? At the top of the remote is the Foxtel button. Think of this as your #1 fix-all panic button. If you get lost at any time, or the screen goes blank, or your remote seems to have suddenly stopped working, click this and you should return to what you were last watching. It's good to know. Well, why would my screen go blank or remote suddenly stop working, I hear you say? Well, most of the time, this little button here is the culprit. It's the AV button, which sometimes gets pressed by mistake. Let's find out what happens when you press it on purpose. If you have a VHS or DVD unit as a part of your existing TV setup at home, you may have it connected to your Foxtel set-top unit with a SCART to VCR connector, like I mentioned earlier. You can then simply access this equipment by pressing the AV button, and you'll be watching the output of your VHS or DVD through the Foxtel box. This saves a whole chunk of clicking and switching and carry-on. To return to Foxtel, simply press the Foxtel button. Pretty handy, huh? As with most electronic accessories these days, the Foxtel box has a computer inside it. And just like any computer, now and then things can go pear-shaped. If pressing the Foxtel button on the remote doesn't fix a problem you're having, it's time for a restart. The best way to restart your Foxtel box is to press and hold the back and select buttons on the front of the box. If your box looks like this, press and hold the standby and Foxtel buttons. The box will then shut down and go through a reboot. Wait a couple of minutes, and when you power the box back up, it'll return you right here to the Help Channel, all fresh and ready for action. Well, that about wraps it up for us here at the Help Channel. Thanks again for choosing Foxtel to bring the complete world of TV entertainment home to your place. The show's about to repeat, as it does every hour, so I'll see you in a bit.